this company. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into the information. The first thing I want to do is I want to play a quick video. It's less than a minute and 30 seconds, but it's going to give you a good idea of what e-estate is all about. So I want you guys to turn up your devices, listen very closely, so you can understand the basic foundation of e-estate.
The future of real estate investment starts here. The real estate market is long overdue for change. High entry cost, low liquidity, bureaucracy, and hidden fees have made traditional property investment complex and inaccessible. E-estate is redefining the industry. Through EST, Estate Token, we enable seamless property ownership, investment, and income generation. Real assets are tokenized on the Binance Smart Chain, ensuring full transparency, security, and a stable source of income. Every asset undergoes AI-driven analysis, legal verification, and expert evaluation, guaranteeing capital protection. E-estate is not just a platform, it's the new standard in real estate investment. Benefits for buyers.
All right, we're going to go past that.
Imagine.
All right, we're going to go past that. But I want to tell you guys that this was phenomenal right here. When I saw this in this opportunity,
Having the flexibility to invest in
I think you don't want to cooperate. All right, so look, I like to play that video because this gives you a basic foundation of the understanding, right, of e-estate. And I want to tell you, one of the things they wrap that little segment of that video up with is they say that this is the new standard of real estate investing. And this is what I want you guys to get. This is not just another platform. We're actually in the position to be able to usher in a new standard of real estate. Now, it's time for real estate to come into the new age, right? The digital age. Now, money is being transitioned. Everything is being transitioned, right? And so now it's inevitable that real estate and how the ownership of real estate is going to transition into the new age. The thing is that now we have a company that allows us to participate in this transition right here. So guys, I want you to really look at the whole scope of what's happening. And with this happening, how are you going to get your piece of the pie? How are you going to participate in something? See, so many times we always get the information afterwards. We see great things happen and then we get to participate afterwards. We miss out on incredible opportunities. But guys, I want you to right now be able to take a look at what's happening and get yourself positioned so you can be in front of this incredible wave that's happening in real estate. Now, the next thing I want to do is play another video, and I promise it's this last video that I'm going to play today. But this video is by our co-founder, Mike Hamilton. So you're going to see there's some real people behind this project that's making this happen. And it's also going to show you that there's real properties that we're investing in. Mike Hamilton is going to do a walkthrough of our property in Miami. Can I tell you guys, I got to stay in this building this weekend. I wasn't in that particular property, our property, because it was occupied. Here's what I told him. I said, they was like, Anthony, we got somebody in there. I was like, keep it in there because it's making me money. Right? As long as that property is fully booked and occupied, that's to my advantage. So it's making me money. Right? And so I said, I'm going to book an apartment that's around that apartment. I was actually a couple floors above this one, but I want to tell you the view from that building is absolutely amazing. Right? And I want to tell you, this is incredible here that we get to participate in top tier properties in prime locations and we get to earn passive income. This is amazing, right? So I want to play this quick video. Guys, turn up your volume on your device again. Listen to Mike Hamilton as he talks about this property, but not only that, how you can get involved in this incredible new wave of wealth.
All right, step inside. I'm about to show you one of the most impressive units in all of Miami. This is the 39th floor of Icon Brickell, the residential side of the W Hotel. And yes, it's as luxurious as it looks. 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, high ceilings, open layout, floor-to-ceiling windows with jaw-dropping views of both the bay and the skyline. Most people pay millions for this kind of lifestyle, but with e-estate, you don't need millions. You can invest any amount that fits your budget. Want to buy the entire unit? Go ahead. Prefer to own a small share? That works too. Either way, you'll earn just like everyone else based on your share, same system, same income model, total flexibility. This apartment is fully furnished, newly renovated, and ready for business. It's designed exclusively for short-term rental, like Airbnb or Booking. That means daily income, starting from day one. King-size beds, room for 4, and this is what you wake up to every morning. It's not just real estate, it's a lifestyle asset that pays you back. Everything here is optimized for comfort and cash flow. And the best part, you don't manage anything. We do it all for you. You just buy EST tokens and you start earning legally, transparently, worldwide. This is not a concept. It's happening right now. This is e-estate, the new way to own real estate.
Incredible. I love that video right there. Mike mentioned some incredible things in that video. But what I love is the way he wraps that up. He said, this is e-estate, the new way to own real estate. But another thing that sticks out to me about that video is that he said that this is not just real estate. This is a lifestyle asset that pays you back. And guys, that stood out to me. Now, before I get into that, how many of you all think the property that he shared, the views and everything was phenomenal? If you think that was great, can you guys do me a favor, drop some 6s in the chat for me? Let me know that you guys did in there. Now, you guys are going to see that I do ask you all to participate during the presentation. Here's why, because I want to have a conversation with you. I don't want to just talk at you. Right. And a lot of times that happens in presentations, but I want to talk with you. And this is the best way for us to facilitate this conversation. All right. So I want to tell you guys that I got excited about this because he said that this is a lifestyle asset that pays you back. And I want to do a brief overview of this, right? Because at the bank, I always talk to all different types of people. I would talk to people on the left side of money who were the poor and middle class people, and I would talk to people on the right side of money, which were the rich and wealthy people. And I realized very quickly that there was only one difference between them, or one main difference between them, and that was the way that they think, right? It was all about mindset. And more specifically, how they thought about money. That was the biggest difference. See, I realized that poor and middle class people, they always thought they thought about money, right? But they thought the purpose of money was to do what? To pay bills and get by, right? And I realized that at that time, that's the way I thought as well, right? How many ever thought, you like, hey, your only focus was to pay bills and get by? You ever been in a season like that? If you've been in a season like that, drop a 7 in the chat for me. Right, I was like, hey, the purpose of money, I just want to get this money so I can pay some bills and get by. And so I realized that. And then when I would talk to the rich and wealthy people, you know what I realized? That they had a whole different mindset. Their whole mindset was like, hey, you know what? I want to take money and I want to use this money as leverage to make more money for me. Right? So I realized that rich and wealthy people were always thinking about how to leverage their money so their money produced more money for them. And I was like, well, they're doing this. And I realized how they were doing that. It wasn't by working harder. It wasn't by going and sign up for a second or third job, right? They actually were doing this by actually taking their money and putting it in investments and assets that produced more money for them. So I would always like, hey, look, you know what? If I can help poor and middle class people shift their mindset so they think more like rich and wealthy, then I can help more people get rich and wealthy. So I started not only shift my mindset, but help other people, right? And so I would talk to people about, hey, look, investments and assets is the way to go. But here's the problem. At the bank, I didn't have any products that I could point them to. See, those products at the bank, they were never going to get people wealthy. They were too slow and outdated. They weren't creating wealth. As a matter of fact, rich and wealthy people didn't use those things to get wealthy, right? But I'm so glad today that now I have an opportunity that I can share with people, and I have a way for you to have more investments and more assets, right, that will produce income. Now it's available to the average everyday person, and you can start to build a real estate portfolio just like the rich and wealthy people of the world. Now, how is this happening, right? This is happening because of a revolution that's happening in our financial system, and that revolution is caused by tokenization. Now, I know some of you all probably have heard of tokenization, but you really don't understand it and you don't know what it is. Don't worry, you're in good hands. I'm going to make sure that you understand it totally before you get off this Zoom, all right? Now, first, let me let you know that there's already great companies and great institutions going out there that's looking at tokenization to see what it's all about, and especially real estate tokenization. And Boston Consulting Group has said that real estate tokenization is projected to become a $16 trillion market by 2030. That is absolutely incredible, guys. Do you know that when there's incredible market shifts like this, that people become millionaires, billionaires, and now we're even seeing people approaching that trillionaire thing, right? We're seeing companies and people hitting that trillionaire mark. And I want to tell you, it's these shifts that cause these, but it's not everybody that gets to participate. It's the ones who can see it early and get positioned early who actually capitalize on these incredible market shifts. Now, there's a lot of people that's not taking advantage of tokenization because they don't understand what it is, like I was saying before. So let me give you a simple definition of tokenization. Tokenization is the process of turning a real-world asset like real estate into digital tokens on the blockchain, which means that every token represents a fraction of ownership of an asset. So when we're talking about real estate, this means that instead of you having to invest thousands or even millions to buy an entire property, you can invest with smaller amounts and still earn a share of the profits. So it's like you owning a piece of a building, but everything is done digitally, securely, and easy to manage, right? So now with the power of tokenization, you can actually purchase a share of a top tier property in a prime location for as little, or not as little, well, yeah, even as little and as easy as it is to purchase a product on Amazon. Now, even if you still don't understand everything, if you think that's revolutionary, or if you know doing something like that is revolutionary, can you guys drop an 8 in the chat for me? This is revolutionary that you can now purchase a share of a property for just as easy as it is for you to purchase a product on Amazon. This is game changing right here, guys. Now, it's not only Anthony Deloach that's talking about this. You're like, this crazy guy that's really excited on this Zoom is the only one I think is talking about this. No. Guys, there's other great financial minds that are talking about this. So you want to get yourself positioned in front of this. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, said this back in 2022. He said, we believe the tokenization of real world assets will revolutionize the financial system. Not just real estate, not just money, but our entire financial system. He's even been quoted in saying that the entire stock market will be tokenized very soon. Anything that's a store of value will be tokenized very soon. Why? It's just a better way than what we have right now. There's times where things are transitioned into a better way. Retail was transitioned through e-commerce, right? You guys understand this, right? Streaming replaced rental stores when you're going in to rent and buy DVDs and stuff like that. Streaming replaced that. Streaming replaced things like buying CDs for music in the music industry. When a better way happens, it's going to change things. The ones who refuse to accept or embrace the change get left behind. The ones who embrace it and position themselves, they get wealthy. How many of you all rather be in that category of get wealthy? If you would rather be in that category, drop a 9 in the chat, right? I'd rather be in that latter category, be like, hey, this happened. I'm going to accept it, embrace it, put myself in position, and I'm ready to get wealthy, all right? Now, we're going to show you the company that's allowing us to do this. Because there's company out there, BlackRock, one of them, other Citigroup. We have a lot of people who are backing tokenization. But the problem is they're not letting you in on the party. Right? This is the thing. What did Chris Brown say? He said in his song, right? You hating from outside the club, you can't even get in. Right? But now you can actually get in. You can get in on this party. This is the one that you can get on. So let me talk about the company that's making this happen. It is eEstate, a next generation platform that's designed to make real estate investments accessible, transparent, and secure for individuals worldwide. How are they doing this? Through tokenized ownership. They're taking advantage of tokenized ownership and lowering the barrier of entry so that you can start building your own real estate portfolio. It is powerful now, so powerful that you can start your own real estate portfolio starting with just $10. Man, this is crazy right here, right? Here's what I like to tell people. It's crazy good. So you can start building your real estate portfolio, which is little as $10. You can actually have real estate or residential properties, commercial properties, or even development properties in your portfolio. And now, because of that lowered barrier of entry, you can have multiple properties in your portfolio. So right now, I have 4 different properties past come. It's about to come 5 and very, very soon, right? I'm about to purchase another share of another property, which you guys are going to see very soon. But I want to tell you guys, this is amazing that we can do this. Now we get to make money just like the rich and wealthy people of the world. Rich and wealthy people have their real estate portfolios, but now you can as well. Here's the next thing, guys. Blockchain powered transaction. I love this because blockchain makes everything more simple and more secure and more streamlined. So this company is using blockchain technology to actually streamline the ownership process. So now, once again, like I said, you can actually come on today, see a property that you like today, and actually go ahead and purchase a share of that property today and then get paid on that property tomorrow. It's just a better way. We're creating a trustless environment where you don't have to worry about it because everything is already set in stone on how everything works. You're getting paid what you're supposed to be paid. So you don't have to send your money over to Joe Blow, who you don't know, that hope that they send you your dough, right? You don't have to do that. Now, also, guys, look, this makes us just like those those wealthy investors around the world who have global reach. You know, most people, when they get involved in real estate investment, they start in their local area. Why? It just makes sense because you want to go and look at different things and all of that. But what if you can leverage the experience and the resources of a 50-year-old real estate company who's bringing the right properties to our platform, and you can actually go in and look at the different properties that are available, and you can find the one that actually meets your risk appetite, that meets the level of capital that you have available, and also the type of passive income that you want to earn, and then you can choose the one that's best for you. See, I love shifting my mindset, but also my activities to like rich and wealthy, because it's only a matter of time that when you do that you start becoming one of the rich and wealthy, right? So here's the next thing, data-driven insights we have. So that company, 50-year-old real estate company, they actually go out and they do all the analysis on the property. They do all the heavy work. They do all the heavy lifting. So you don't have to become a guru. All you have to know is how to read. Right? If you go in, they're going to provide you all the information that you need to make that educated decision and get in on the property that's best for you. So you get access to all that information that's done by this incredible company. Now, I want to compare eEstate to some of the other fractional ownership platforms that are out there. And the reason why I do this is because I want you guys to see that eEstate isn't the only company that's doing this, but eEstate is the best company that's doing this. See, that's a key thing that people have to notice, right? But sometimes people want to get involved in something. Well, I want our company to be the only company. Well, no, there's other companies that forged the way, that get all the the details and stuff going. But you can now analyze what those companies are doing, and you can create a better formula. And that's what eEstate has done. So let me compare this to some of the other companies, because I tell people this all the time. We may have competitors, but we don't have any competition, right? And let me show you why. Numbers, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Here are the numbers. Arrived Homes, they're shooting for a 4 to 5% annual return for their investors. In 2024, they reported a return of 4.81%. Now, I'll tell anybody this is good, it's better than your bank account, and if this was the only thing you had available, then I would say go for it. Right? You're participating in the real estate space, you're getting on average 4.81%. That's pretty cool. It's just not the best, guys. Look at all the things that you have available. Now, if we shift gears really quick and we go over to ground floor, they're shooting for an annual return of 10% for their investors. They're doing it through short-term loans, some other methods that they have. Now, 10% annually is pretty good. That's what long-term investors are looking for. But when it comes to people who are the more aggressive investors who want a more active participation and a more aggressive return, they're looking for something better than 10% annually. This is good on the long-term end, but not on the upfront profitability end, right? Now, there's also the Roots REIT. Now, you're going to see more and more information that's going to come out about REITs that are out there. And the REITs are a real estate investment trust, okay? Now, I like real estate investment trusts. As a matter of fact, I like the Roots REIT. They're doing some incredible things in the market. But here's the thing I want to let you guys know, right? They're producing an average return anywhere from 12 to 15% annually for their investors. In the last period, they produced 12.4%, which is actually really good. It's better than the other two platforms I just mentioned. But here's the thing, guys. They can't hold a candle to what eEstate is doing, because eEstate evaluated the market and they came up with what I believe the best way to participate in this market. what estate did. It revolutionized the game by creating a two-phase income model. This is power. Somebody drop the number 2 in the chat because we got 2 phases over here, right? Drop the number 2 in the chat. Here's what we have. The first phase is our active or aggressive phase, where you're going to earn daily profits for the first 18 months. Yes, the first 18 months that you own a share of a property, you're going to earn daily, right? Now, most people are wondering what type of returns am I earning during that time frame, Anthony? Well, you're going to earn anywhere from 6 to 20% per month, depending on the property that you own a share of. All right, so it's based on the property. So I want you guys to get that. But here you earn 6 to 20% per month. Just in that first 18 months, you're 10xing what these other platforms are doing. Right? More than 10xing what these other platforms are doing. Now, here is the next thing, guys. Most people say, well, that's only 18 months, Anthony. Yes, after the first 18 months, you're going to move into what we call our passive phase. And during that passive phase, you're going to earn 10% annually for the lifetime of the property. Remember, I told you, one of the keys of wealth building, most wealthy investors are looking for 10% annual returns on their money. So now you have the opportunity to earn aggressively up front, and you earn longevity on the back end. So you get 10% annually for the lifetime of the property. This is legacy style wealth that we are creating over here, guys. That's what's so powerful about this. There's people over here that's making plans to build out their $1 million portfolio. Guys, because you can come in, you can invest at any time that you want in any property that's best for you. You can reinvest your profits. You can do whatever you want. You can build out $1 million portfolio over here. Let me tell you what that means. If you build out $1 million portfolio over here, you're going to earn a lot of money up front. But here's what is going to happen on the back end. That's $100,000 of annual income on the back end. Woo! Guys, I want you to understand how powerful that is, because I'll show you in just a little bit that not only do that, in our contract, there's asset inheritance built in. So you can, if something happens to you, you can pass this passive income on to an heir. That could be a child, a loved one, your spouse, or whoever it is. Imagine not just passing on memories, but passing on millions. How many of you all would rather pass on, instead, you want to pass on memories, but how many, in addition to those memories, would love to pass on millions? If that's you, drop a 3 in the chat, guys. I told you was going to see something phenomenal, right? We're not just passing on memories, we're passing on millions over here, right? So here's what I want to tell you guys. What we're going to do is shift really quick, and I'm going to go to the dashboard right here so I can show you some of the real estate properties that you get to participate in on our platform, all right? Let me go over here and click on this. All right, so this is our portfolio here, right? So in our portfolio, you're going to see several different properties. This is the property that's located in Miami. Okay, this is the one that Mike Hamilton did the walkthrough of that you saw in that video earlier. This is beautiful, right? I'm telling you, these places are immaculate in Icon Brickell. Okay, now you can get a share of this property for $10. Now I always tell people say $10, Anthony. What is $10 going to do for me? I like to tell you, I like to tell you that $10 is not going to get you rich, but $10 is going to get you started. Hello, somebody? Right. Where $10 will not get you rich, $10 will get you started. And I want to tell you, once you get started, you can actually get in the process of creating your wealth. But get in the door first. Get your first property share as soon as you can, right? So it's going to get you started. What is $10 going to do? It now lets you change your mindset and stop spending your money and start investing your money and putting it into assets. So this $10 is going to have more profit producing power for you. And that's what I call the PPP that won't send you to jail. Somebody's going to catch that when they get off the presentation. All right, so here's what it's going to do. $10 is going to earn 4 cents a day, 88 cents a month, $10.50 a year. And if you look at this wrong, if you look at this through the mindset of someone that's poor and middle class, you're going to say that ain't good enough. But if you look at this through rich and wealthy, you're going to understand that's my $10 earned doubled in a year. My $10 earned me what I put in it in a year. Okay, let me make it live for somebody who's not getting it yet, right? If you're not getting it yet, if there was a bank that was advertising that, hey, if you put $10 over here, or if you put $100 here, whatever you put over here, you're going to earn that in a year. If you would run over there and put your money into something like that, I want you guys to go ahead and drop a 4 in the chat. Right? If the bank said that, you would go drop the money over there, right? Here's what I want to tell you guys. The bank is never going to do that. The bank is never going to do it. Remember, I told you banks, products, and services are not set up to get you wealthy. Here's another thing I want to tell you. People tell me all the time, well, I go put it over in the bank because the bank gives me a guarantee. First of all, that's a fake guarantee from the FDIC. It's a fake guarantee. You know why I say that? Here's why I say that. It's because, first of all, do you guys know that the FDIC can't even cover all the deposits that are in bank accounts right now? So if something happens that our entire financial system crashed, they don't have enough to cover it. So they tell you that they got you secure, but it's just a false sense of security. Second of all, it's a guarantee. The only guarantee they're giving you is that you're not going to earn what you should on your money. The guarantee is that you're not going to earn what you should on your money. That's the real guarantee, right? So here's where I want you to go. I want you to start looking where wealthy people look in investments and assets, right? So now you have an asset that you can put your money in where it's going to start making money for you. Remember, I tell you guys, don't go bury your money. One of the problems is people get something, they go bury their money. I believe you should plant your money into investments and assets. Because everything you bury is dead. You don't expect it to produce anything else, but things that you plant, you expect it to grow. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go further. I have more. So here's another property that we have. This is a apartment that's downtown Seattle, Washington. It starts at $117 for you to get a share of this. Now, in all of these properties, you can put more than the minimum amount. This is just the minimum. You can always put more in here, right? So if you did the $117 minimum, it's going to produce about 60 cents a day, $12.53 in a month, and $149 in a year, which is really, really good right here, right? So you can own a share of a property in Seattle. You could actually do both of these properties, own a share of Miami and Seattle, and you still aren't to $150 yet. You're building out a portfolio, guys. And look, you don't have to go break the bank to start with. You just can change your mindset and say, instead of buying the Starbucks in the morning, instead of buying the Chick-fil-A for lunch, because some of y'all doing it all 3 meals. You're doing Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and Longhorn. Y'all ever seen anybody like that? Some of y'all might be like, Anthony, stop telling on me. Right? Stop telling on me. All you got to do is shift your thought process, change it, and say, hey, look, I'm going to take that money that I would have spent on those things and reposition it and put it over here in a property. So now I'm owning real estate instead of owning a stake. You can own estates instead of a stake. Right? Let's go. All right, so let's do this. Here's another property we have. This is Arch Cape, Oregon. This is a phenomenal property as well. It's an oceanfront property. You can get a share of this property starting at $480. And when you do this, it gets you a passive cash flow of $2.69 a day, $56.45 in a month, and $672 in a year, right? So this is what we have here, which is incredible. And once again, this is just the minimum. You can always put more in here. Let me show you another property here. This is a actual villa that's located in Los Angeles. It's actually in Bel Air. Now, I love this property. As a matter of fact, I loved it so much that this was the first property that I owned a share of. When I got in on this property here, I was excited because I saw that it could produce some significant cash flow for me, right? And I saw that it's producing a cash flow of around $400 a month. I said, $400 a month? They were like, yeah, and it's paid out to you at $19 to $20 a day. You're going to earn about $4,750 in a year off of this property. I said, sign me up right now, quick, before they change their mind. This is insane, right? I'm like, $400. See, I understand. Well, I couldn't go put my money in a bank account for $3,000. I had $3,000 in my bank account, right? I want you guys to start thinking about this. I want y'all to think about this right now, right? Before the end of the call, after the call, whatever. I want you to think about this. With all the money that's ran through your bank account over the last 10 years, how much money did you make on it? That's going to be a very enlightening conversation with yourself, right? Of all the money that's ran through your bank account over the last 10 years, how much money did you make on it? All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. So let's do this. Right, that's not the only property. That's one of my favorites. But guys, we got a property that we already sold out. This is a property that we have that's in Bali, and this thing sold out in 4 months. Now the minimum to get a share of this property is $6,740. But we brought this property to the market, and people loved it, and they went ahead, they bought their tokens, they got their share of it, and this thing sold out in 4 months. Now, let me talk about the numbers on this one, because you're going to see why it sold out. This one produces a cash flow monthly of over $930. That's about $11,121 in a year. And you own a share of a property in a prime location, Bali. Do you guys understand how popular Bali is right now? Bali is a very popular destination for tourists, and people are going there by the droves, right? So you get to own a share of a property like this. But let's go into another property. This is our commercial property that's located in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I love this one as well. I own a share of this one also. The minimum to get a share of this one is $10,270. But when you do that, you're getting a cash flow on average of around $1,500. And let me tell you a little secret. This has been producing around $1,700 per month for me. Right? Now, the average per year is around $18,200 per year to this property. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me tell you, this is a good investment for somebody. If they started with $10,000 and it produced $18,000 in a year, this will be a good investment alone. Even if you didn't get the other 6 months, it's a good investment. It's the first year. It's a good investment the first year. But we not only get the first year, you get another 6 months of active, and then you get 10% annually for the lifetime of the property. It just makes sense, guys. It just makes sense. Now, we have other properties on our platform, but we don't have time to go through all of those today. Just know that we got some incredible prime properties in our platform, okay? Now, let's go ahead. Let's move on. What I'm going to get back to is the presentation, and then we'll come back to some things a little bit later, because I do want to explain a couple things for you. So the company here, this company was launched with two major companies, Eli Property, which is that traditional real estate company with over 50 years of experience. And then we have the ARDR, which is the International Association of Real Digital Realtors. This company is providing the standards and the education for this space that's being created through tokenization. Now, the CEO of the company is Brandon Stevenson, and I was just talking to this gentleman a little bit earlier today, and I'm telling you, I get excited every time that I talk to him, because we talk about the future vision of this company, right? And we talk about what it's all about and everything, right? And how we're going to take this company forward. But we also have Mike Hamilton, the gentleman that did the walkthrough of the Miami property in the video earlier. He's the one that's head of Eli Property, and he's doing the things on the real estate side. Now, that's our partnership triangle that I just explained. But now let me tell you guys how simple and easy it is for you to get started. All you got to do is get the link from the person who invited you. They have their own specialized link because they're probably a digital real estate agent already. And that's an opportunity you can participate in as well. But we'll talk about that in just a second. So when you enroll, you just set up a free account, right? Set up your free account. You do have to do KYC to make sure you're a real person and that you are who you say you are. We don't want any fraud over here, people doing crazy stuff, right? So the company is going to strive to comply with international KYC and AML legislation and regulation, right? So here's the next thing. Once you set up your free account and do your KYC, you can choose the property that's best for you, right? You can go and look at all the different properties that are out there, and you can say, look, maybe your risk appetite right now is the $10 share in the Miami property. Maybe your risk appetite right now is the $10,000 in the commercial property. Whatever is best for you. Maybe it's your capital that's controlling that decision, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to stop you over here, right? Now, what you're going to do is go ahead when you get ready to purchase your property. What you'll do is go ahead and fund your account. Now, you go ahead and fund your account with cryptocurrency. We do crypto in and crypto out. But here's what I love to tell people. With this, you don't have to worry about some obscure token that you've never heard of. You can literally use your favorite cryptocurrency. A lot more people are familiar with Bitcoin than they are Solana, right? Even though I love both of them. But you can actually go ahead and fund your account with Bitcoin. Let me ask you a question. How many people are familiar with Cash App? use Cash App or you have Cash App or you know what Cash App is. If that's you, drop a 6 in the chat. How many people know? I want to know, right? Here's what I want to tell you. For most people, Cash App is a simple way for you to get started because you can purchase Bitcoin on Cash App. You can send it right over to the estate platform so you can purchase your first share of a property. How easy is that? It's an easy way to get started. But here's what I encourage you to do. If you want to get started, don't let funding your account get in the way. What you want to do is get with the person who invited you. They have all types of solutions to help you get started. All right. So now what you do here is you can, and once you get your funds deposited, you go ahead and purchase your share of the property that you wish. And here's what's going to be exciting. You just sit back and relax. In the next 24 hours or the next business day, you're going to start earning profits from your property. That's how simple and easy it is. So guys, I'm going to go over a couple things here because I'm running behind time. But I want to tell you guys that this company is registered in Panama. Now, that's a strategic decision. They registered in Panama because it gives them significant tax benefits, right? So all the income that they earn outside of Panama, they actually don't pay taxes on. So with them being able to save money on taxes, they're able to pay that saving onto us in higher returns, right? The next thing I want to tell you is that this company does strive to comply with KYC and AML regulations. So you have to do your KYC in order to get started. Once again, I also have to tell you guys that you understand that markets are going to go up and down. Markets are going to fluctuate, whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, whether it's stock market, whether it's Forex, whatever it is, markets are going to go up and down. So we have to tell you that past performance does not guarantee future results. But here's what I do want to tell you. Our token is not based on market volatility because our token is a proof of asset token. Each token represents $10 of ownership in a property, which means that every token that we have is backed by a real estate asset. So now our token is stable. It's so stable that during the last market downturn with cryptocurrency, all of our property owners got paid passive income consistently without skipping a beat. I want to prove it to you. If you own a property with estate right now and you got paid passive income even during the crypto downturn, can you go ahead and drop some sevens in the chat for me? Drop some sevens in the chat for me. And I want you guys, if you're brand new, you haven't participated yet, you haven't purchased your share of property, look at the chat. The proof is in the chat. All right. Let me move on really quick. So now the ball is in your court. If you want a way to earn genuine passive income from real estate, you just saw it. Right? You just saw some information that could change your situation, but it's only after implementation. If you get this information and you do nothing with it, it will do nothing for you. Right? But if you take it and you use it, it can change everything for you. Right? Here's one thing I tell people all the time. It's way more profitable to believe it will work, right? Than to be skeptical and not do anything and not allow it to work. I hope somebody's getting me, right? It's way more profitable to believe that it will work than to be skeptical, not do anything, and miss out on it working for you. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's jump into this. And we're going to talk about this opportunity that's been created because of this space. Is digital real estate agent. Now, some of you all probably always wanted to be in real estate before. How many of you all had a desire, a dream, or even a thought of getting involved in real estate before? If you have, drop an 8 in the chat for me. How many people? But see, most people were not involved in that. First of all, they didn't feel like they were qualified. They didn't feel like, they didn't feel like they had the money to get started. They didn't have the time to invest and get started. I mean, there's so many obstacles to getting involved. The licensing, taking the test. Some people are good and they're knowledgeable. They're just not good test takers, right? So whatever it may be, maybe you couldn't get involved in the real estate space, right? Or you felt like now the real estate space is so saturated that it'll be hard for you to create success. Well, what if we can open those doors? So now that you can create next level success for yourself because you're in the beginning of a new transition in real estate. Woo. All right, so here's what a digital real estate agent does. They connect buyers to the tokenized properties on the estate platform. And when people participate, you're going to get paid. Now, the benefits of this is that you're going to understand blockchain, tokenization, and online property markets probably better than anyone in your local community or in your network, which puts you in a unique position to be able to capitalize on that. Now, you get a flexible schedule because you don't have anybody telling you when you have to work or how you have to work, right? You don't have to go sit at anybody's desk and dial for dollars all day, and you don't have to go out touring homes with people who may not even be interested in buying. They just wanted something to do on Saturday. You don't have to do all of that. Even though you don't have to do all of that, you still get an unlimited income earning potential over here. You can earn unlimited commissions with the way that this is set up. Now, the first thing that you have to do is get a licensed subscription. Once you get a licensed subscription, right, you're going to be able to get started. Now, most people think, well, Anthony, that's the catch. Just like traditional real estate. No. In order for you to get your license, it's only $9 per month. If you want to pay for your first month, it's $9 per month. You only have to pay for the first month to get started. Now, if you want to pay for the first year, you can. It's only $90. They give you a little bit of discount if you do the whole first year. You do have to do a quick online application. You have a contract that you have to, an agreement that you sign with the company. And then after you do that, you're going to be approved by the company and you gain full access to all the estate properties. You get your link that you can share with other people and all the other tools that you need to be successful as a digital real estate agent. Now, once you become a digital real estate agent, there's 4 different streams of income that you're going to be able to participate in. Now, I'm going to skip forward a little quick so we can get through all of this, but I'm going to tell you about every stream. So here are the streams of income. So just like a traditional real estate agent, you're going to get deal commission. So when someone uses your link, right, you directly refer them and they decide to purchase a share of a property, you're going to make a deal commission starting on your first level at 6%. This is people you directly refer. So if they come in and purchase a $1,000 share of a property, you earn $60. If they come in and purchase a $10,000 share of a property, you're going to earn $600. If it's a $100,000 share of a property, you're earning $6,000, which is incredible, right? That's good money. Now, what I like about this is that from day one, you can also start to enroll other digital real estate agents into your organization. So you can operate similar to a real estate broker, right? So what you can now do is have different agents all over the world. And when those agents start closing their own deals, you're going to earn a percentage of those deals as well. So on your levels 2 through 5, you're going to earn 2% on all the deals that are closed on those levels. And on your levels 6 through 8, you're going to earn 1% on all the deals that are closed on those levels. The next thing that we get, which is different from traditional real estate agents, we get profit commission. Because each and every one of our properties pay out consistent daily income, then that means that the company is going to reward you since you're the person who referred them. How do they reward you? With profit commission. Your profit commission is going to start at agent level 4, which means that you've already accumulated more than $25,000 of qualified volume, right? Once you have done that, then you'll be agent level 4, and you're going to start earning 5% on your level 1, all the deals that are paying passive income on your level 1. So if you have $1,000 of passive income being paid out on your level 1, then that means you're going to earn $50 per day just because you were the one that got this started, right? Now, once you go up in levels, you're going to be able to increase the amount of levels that you're able to earn that passive income on. So on your levels 2 and 3, you're going to earn 2%. And on your levels 4 and 5, you're going to earn 1% on all the deals that are closed on those levels. Guys, it doesn't matter how much it is. If it gets to let's say on your level 1, if it gets to $10,000 a day, you're making $500 a day. Let me ask you a question. If $500 a day would change some things around your house, passive income every single day, if it would change some things around your house, can you guys go ahead and drop a 9 in the chat for me? Would that change some things around your house? I was doing one of these presentations and the gentleman said, man, it'll change the house. Right? You get to make some different decisions then, right? It's a whole lot of different decisions you get to make, but that's incredible. Now, let's talk about these agent levels here. So here are the different agent levels. They go from 1 to 10, and this is different qualified volume. So I'm going to show you how this works, though. Once you get to $500 of turnover, right? As an agent, you're going to become what we call a level 1 agent. The company's going to give you 100 e-tokens to recognize you as a level 1 agent. So that's going to be incredible, right? Now, once you get to $3,000 of qualified volume, that means that you're going to get 150 e-tokens and a $30 cash bonus, and you'll be a level 2 agent. But let me explain this. Here's what you're going to be happy to know, that you can actually qualify by yourself. You don't have to refer anybody, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to recruit anybody, right? How can you do that? You say, Anthony, because your personal investments count towards your turnover. So if you come in and you purchase $500 share of a property as a digital real estate agent, you become a level 1 just because you made your own purchase. If you purchase over $3,000 of property share, you become a level 2 agent. If you purchase over $10,000 of property share, you'll be a level 3 agent. If you purchase over $25,000 of property share by yourself, you'll be a level 4 agent. So you can qualify yourself by yourself before you share this with anybody else or before you recruit anybody else. Now, what smart people do is they understand leverage. Remember, I told you, wealthy people build their stuff through business systems, assets, and investments, right? So what you can do is start to leverage a network where your network can increase your net worth, right? How do I do that? I enroll other people who decided they want to be digital real estate agents as well, and now their volume counts towards my total organizational volume or turnover, right? So these agent levels actually go all the way up to level 10, where you have $1 million of turnover, right? And then you're going to get 10,000 e-tokens, which I'll tell you what those are. And then you're going to get $10,000 in cash from the company when you do that. Now, what I like about this is the fact that once you get to agent level 10, it doesn't stop there, right? Most people see this chart and they say, oh, it stops at agent level 10. No, you get to keep that agent level 10 designation. But what they do is they reset the table so you can earn all of these bonuses over again. So now you have an indefinite stream of bonuses as you participate. This is powerful, guys. It's so powerful the way that this is set up, right? And I love this. Now, let me show you how the revenue share is distributed. So with your personal investments, this means that they are going to count 100% towards your turnover. Remember, I told you, you can come in, you do $500, that whole $500 is going to be counted towards your turnover. Your first level, the investments that happen on your first level, 80% is going to be counted towards your turnover. So if somebody comes in with $1,000, $800 will be counted towards your organizational turnover. All right. If somebody comes in with $10,000, then $8,000 will be counted towards your organization. So that's how I want you guys to understand this. On your second level is 40%. So if somebody comes in with $10,000 on your second level, then $4,000 is going to be counted towards your organizational turnover. On your third level, it's going to be 20%. So if somebody comes in with $10,000 on your third level, that means that $2,000 is going to be counted towards your organizational turnover. On your fourth level is 10%. So if somebody comes in with $10,000, $1,000 is going to be counted towards your organizational turnover. Right? Fifth level through the eighth level is 5%. Somebody comes in with 10,000 and 500 is going to be counted towards your organizational turnover. Now, somebody may ask, well, Anthony, why is it broken down like this for sustainability? Guys, it would be insane. It would be insane for them to say, well, we're going to give you 100% credit towards your turnover on everything. Then I wouldn't even be here doing this presentation. You know why? Because that's a formula for disaster. They're going to overcompensate people, and this company wouldn't be around for very long, right? But this is a sustainable way to make sure that it's still lucrative, but we can all earn money for a long time. See, I'm not just here for a good time. I'm here for I want to be here for a long time. How many of y'all like me? You want to be here for a long time making this money? Then I want y'all to go ahead and drop a 9 in the chat for me, right? I'm telling you, I want to be here for a long time making money. So that's why this is set up the way that it is. But once again, guys, I got to put the ball back in your court. It's going to be up to you. I call this one of the conversations that will change your compensation. Because I truly believe if you take advantage of this information, it can totally change everything for you. It's been life-changing for me just in the short period of time that I've been involved here. I already see the vision. I've caught the vision. I understand the vision. And now I'm helping move the vision forward. And we're looking for other people that are just like that. We're not trying to convince or persuade anybody. Totally understand that everything is not for everybody and everybody's not for everything. But those of you all who this is for, I believe that you have a phenomenal opportunity here to really change things for yourself financially. Let me give you a couple of quotes I end every presentation with. One is from one of my virtual mentors, who's Eric Thomas, right? And he said a long time ago, he said, you can have the opportunity of a lifetime, but it means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it during the lifetime of the opportunity. And what that means is not that e-estate is going anywhere, but remember, you have windows of opportunity that will open for you. The question is, are you going to take advantage of it during that window of opportunity, or are you going to let that window of opportunity pass you by? All right. One, let me give you another one. One of my mentors told me this also. He said, do you know that most people don't fail to achieve incredible things financially because of a lie that's told to them? They fail to achieve incredible things financially because of a truth they refuse to accept. And you're probably wondering, well, Anthony, why did they refuse to accept? It's all because of mindset, guys. That's why I talk about mindset so much. Most people stay in the poor and middle class side of life because they have a poor mindset. Poor mindset. I want you guys to get this. Here's what a poor mindset is. This doesn't mean you don't have any money, right? Because that's broke. We can fix that. Broke can be fixed. Broke can be fixed at any time, right? But here's what a poor mindset is. It means that you have a mindset that's POOR. It causes you to pass over opportunities repeatedly. See, on the poor and middle class side, that's what happens, right? And then here's what they do. They create a defense mechanism that keeps them from taking advantage of opportunities because they start calling everything what? A scam. I'm not saying that there's not scams out there, but here's what I know. With the first thing that everybody says in response to opportunity is scam, I understand that they are SCAM, still confused about money. All right, so here's the next thing, guys. I want to tell you guys about this. This is the mindset of rich and wealthy. They have a different one. Theirs is NOW. NOW. You know what that is? Now. They act now because they know no opportunity wasted. No opportunity wasted. All right, guys, that's my thing for right now. Look, I want to do a quick giveaway, and then we're going to jump off here. Hopefully, man, first of all, I want to make sure that this has been impactful and effective for people. If you enjoyed the presentation today and all that we presented, can you guys go ahead and drop 777 in the chat? Drop 777 in the chat for me right now, right? So thank you. I love seeing these things. This is part of my mission here to be on this. But here's what I want to do. I want to do a quick giveaway, right? I want to give away some money to somebody who has not started with the platform yet, or you've enrolled, but you have not purchased your first property share yet. So I want to bless somebody like that, but I want to first make sure somebody like that is still on the call, right? So if you're on the call and you haven't started yet, or you have not purchased your first share of a property yet, can you drop a 1 in the chat for me? Drop a 1 in the chat. We got George Gaines on here. Incredible. I see that. Gloria Scott is on. Wonderful. I see that as well. Anybody else? I'm gonna give you just a few moments. I got another engagement in just a little while, so I'm gonna get off here as soon as possible. But I see Gloria Scott, I see George Gaines, and I see Julian. All right, because you guys are quick action takers, you're going to be the 3 that participate in this, right? So here's what I want you guys to do. Between you 3, I'm going to ask a question from the presentation, and the first one of you 3 who drops the correct answer in the chat, you're going to win your first property share with e-estate. All right. So I'm going to actually personally pay for that for you. All right. So let's do this. Get your fingers ready. I'm going to make it really easy. I went over all the information, but here's what I want to ask you guys. What is the first name of the CEO of the company? Who's going to be the first one to drop it in there? Let's see. Going once, going twice. Who can remember the first name of the CEO? Gloria, George, Julian. Either one of you got it? Either one? Y'all want me to make it easier? I'll ask another question. We're gonna make it a little bit easier for you. All right. Let's ask another question. All right. So here's what we have. Y'all better get this one out. What is the minimum to purchase a share of a property on our platform? Oh, George got it. George Gaines. Congratulations, George. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations there. So, George, let me ask you a question, George, really quick. Who invited you on the presentation? Lynn. Awesome. Lynn had guests on the call. That is phenomenal. So, George, we're going to pay for your first share of a property. It's going to be that Miami property. We're going to pay for your first share. We're going to do $50 share for you, George. Congratulations. So incredible. Now, let me ask a question really quick. Gloria and Julian, who invited you all onto the presentation? Gloria and Julian, who invited you all on the presentation today? Isaac. All right, Isaac, that's incredible. Gloria, thank you so much. Well, Gloria, you get with Isaac, and you all get. Isaac knows how to contact me, so get with Isaac, so we can get with Julian if you're still on. Dwayne Mooney. I'll reach out to Dwayne. You get Dwayne to reach out to me. Tell Dwayne to reach out to me. We're gonna do something special for both of you all as well. All right. So we'll do something special for both of you all. But I want to thank you guys for being on today. I love doing these presentations and being a blessing to someone else. So this is incredible for me, and hopefully this is incredible for you, and hopefully you guys are excited as well. All right. So a couple of announcements I want to make, guys. We're having it's almost sold out because I went to the event this weekend and people said they were coming. The Raleigh event, November 15th, that's coming up. If you are available and in this area, come to that event. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We got some special stuff lined up, guys. You do not want to miss Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, guys.
15th, we're going
amazing.
Amazing.
Hey, we just had a great presentation. My good friend, Anthony Deloach, rocked it like he always does. He's about to go ahead and sign off. But he's talking about there's a live event going on in Raleigh, Durham. That's happening November 25th. And in January, we want to prepare. We want to load up the spot in Miami. They're having a live event in Miami. So E-Estates is the real deal. E-Estates is just going from strength to strength. It's growing like gangbusters. And it's a great opportunity, really, for anybody and everybody. If you're in real estate, if you're not in real estate, we know, based on being in just an investment space, whereas even offline, online, people will tell you real estate is always one of the best ways to gain wealth. You gain ownership, you gain wealth, you get land, you have wealth. Somebody builds something on it, somebody rents something from you, somebody buy it from you. It is wealth on top of wealth, and it will continue to appreciate. Well, this is a new age, new era. We're talking about digital real estate, right? We're talking about tokenized properties. We're talking about premium properties around the globe that you have an opportunity to go ahead and get a piece of, right? So that's phenomenal. Phenomenal, right? So yeah, he's doing his thing right now. Like I said, we're about to shut it down. But good stuff. Good stuff. So I just want to close this out, let you guys know that that's one of my favorite platforms. Just really happy that I was able to go ahead and make that decision. Got involved in, 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been working really good. And so, we know that there's a government shutdown right now. there are some challenges out there right now, and a lot of people are probably really looking for a solution to running into this same problem. And all I can say is this is a solution, right? You can go out and borrow money. You can go to food banks and just hope that you get some help from them. You can stand in a line that's a mile long. As a federal employee, as a government worker, as a veteran, they don't discriminate. Everybody's affected in a negative way. And so if you would rather get in a line and hope that you get some sustenance for yourself and your family, or you can do what a lot of us are doing, is go direct to the solution, right? Here is an opportunity that we just watched, a daily presentation that says, if you have $10, if you have $100, if you have, a little more, then you can actually bring in income every single day to your particular portfolio, to your account, and you can take care of yourself and your loved ones. No matter what the economy does, you can continue to earn every single day, right? That's my contribution to the solution for anybody and everybody. It's up to you to make the decision. Drop, all the posturing, drop the arrogance, drop the, oh my gosh, this is anything online is a scam. Oh man, I can't do something like that because I only have $1,000. We'll take 100 of it, invest in your future, and then this time next year, when they can't pass the budget, you can look at your account and say, I'm glad I did. As simple as that, right? Because I say it every day, and I'm grateful for being in this space, because 6 months ago, I could have been arrogant and not took the opportunity. 6 years ago, I could have not took the opportunity. But because I did take the opportunity to understand my risk tolerance and where I wanted to be in the future, now we're in a position to where, yes, don't want to be in a government shutdown. But guess what? In the midst of a government shutdown, we still earn every single day. This is how it works when you make it work. And you have to have the courage to step up and do the right thing for yourself and for your loved ones. All right, peace. And I'm out. And I hope that you got some value out of today's presentation. Coming on tomorrow, I'm not doing it on my channel, but I will be posting in my Facebook and other social media the link that you can go to, and you can join the next presentations. If you got any questions, you can always reach out to me, and I will provide the assistance that you need. All right. Hey, this has been Team Achieve presentation with Anthony Deloach, being one of the top guys that presents for the eEstates team. And we are so excited for anybody and everybody that's been in the program, and those have gotten started recently, those that have earned your principal back, and now you're just working on house money. But there are so many great projects. There are new projects, properties within eEstates that's coming on board where you'll be able to get involved with as well. So keep a lookout for that. This thing is growing. Get in before this thing takes off, and then you'll start seeing those properties out of reach. All right. So looking forward to working with you. Hit me up. Let me know if you got any questions. But yeah, if there's nothing for me on this live stream, then I'll see you on the next one. All right, peace, and I'm out.